Welcome to Wheatfield Prison in Dublin, where the Irish Prison Service, in partnership with St Patrick's Athletic and the FAI, have been running the adult amateur coaching licence over the last 8 weeks. 20 prisoners have just graduated with their certificates, and we've been here for the afternoon speaking to some of the people involved and finding out more about this very interesting initiative.
What it's really about is using the medium of football to help the prisoners when they're thinking about that reintegration into society, and having that love and connection to football that we all have. It's great to sort of remove those educational barriers, reading, writing, literacy skills that they may not have, and by using the medium of football, it's really given them that confidence to actually understand that they're comfortable in education, and it's really been a fabulous opportunity for them to do something and walk away now with the adult amateur licence.
In what ways have you had to maybe adapt how the courses might be normally delivered, given that it's being done for one of the first times ever inside a prison?
Yeah, look, in reality it's the same course, but we've just sort of flipped it on its head, where we focused in the first instance about the practical components, and that really helped them develop the confidence, and they could even show their own individual skill sets and ability, because the majority of them had actually played the game themselves. So really then we started layering in the theory components and having the educational support that they have in the prison service here. It really helped them then in terms of the session planning, the organisation, and all of the theory assignments. So really it was just about sort of flipping it in an educational sense, but the course itself was the same.
That's Niall O'Regan, head of FAI Coach Education. The course was run over 8 weeks. It consisted of 4 weeks of classroom theory and 3 weeks of practical work on the pitch, followed by last month's graduation. It was overseen by St Patrick's Athletic Academy Director Ger O'Brien and St Pat's Community Officer Niall Cully. They've been telling me more about its content and some of the ideas behind it.
I have a couple of friends that are prison officers, and it's something that when I introduced them to the FAI Coach Education Department, then instead of the traditional someone coming in and just playing football with the guys, that they actually wanted to get something for them, something that means to them. And I suppose sport and football in general is such a universal language that, you know, it kind of catches everyone's attention. And for us to come in, you know, it's an FAI course being run by St Pat's, and it's great that we're able to come in and work with the guys and to be able to help them over them 8 weeks, go through loads of different things in the adult amateur licence course. And at the end of it, as you can see today, they've all been successful past the course, and you know, it gives them that, I suppose, sense of pride that they've achieved something over those 8 weeks, and something that's meaningful for them.
Just giving them that little bit of sort of something to do as well, which is different outside the norm, and it's just been brilliant for obviously me and Ger. It's an eye-opener certainly coming in, and obviously in Mountjoy as well, it's been an eye-opener, but really enjoyable. I think the lads have obviously really benefited from it as well, so no, excellent. Certainly on communication, you know how important it is as a coach, so that's what we be saying to them, like even if they're coursing and they haven't realised they're coursing, then we need to nail it, because that's where we're looking from, thinking, right, you could be working with an under-8s group, an under-10s group. Obviously it has to be language that fits the group, and they've got on board with it, and it's been an interesting one, because you know, even from how they set up sessions and putting out cones and having to think about it from that point of view, it's not easy, and it's certainly daunting when you step up in front of a group for the first time. They've adapted brilliantly. I think they've enjoyed it. There's a bit of fun in it as well, and we have a good laugh here, and as I say, then the different skills that are transferable from different sports, strength conditioning, boxing, as I say, that's probably where the good lot of lads have come from. And even for us then, how they've integrated, like there's been some football fitness sessions that they don't know are football fitness sessions that we then turn into that, and it gives them then, okay, right, well that's a session that I could do going forward, and then they develop their own ideas. So no, it's been really good.
All 20 prisoners who participated on the adult amateur licence passed the course and received their certificates at the graduation ceremony in Wheatfield. But how did they actually find it?
It was very positive for all the prisoners on the landing. When we went out and trained with us, and we did the schooling with us, he was in us all the drills and all that, and we put that into practice back out on the pitch. It was fantastic. It was just coming back after doing the training and all, talking about on the landing and getting ourselves ready for the next week. And then we'd use the drills then for football practice ourselves during our own pre-matches, and we learned an awful lot. We lived an awful lot. It was very positive for the prisoners. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it is. I thought it was going to be one of these little courses you do when you get a stage to walk out, but I didn't think that what you, St. Patrick's did and Jerry did and Niall, the emphasis put in to the prisoners, the dedication put into us was brilliant. Like his coached us very, very well. Everything he did was, how would you explain it? In layman's, it was very simple, but it was technical. You know, we weren't rushed, we weren't pushed, and he spoke to us all individually, and he encouraged everyone individually, even people that weren't good at football. That didn't matter.
The people on the outside, your family and that, are very, very proud of you. Apart from being proud of yourself and the lads, they'll hear about the course, and I'm sure they'll be sending the pictures and the videos and the interviews and stuff, and they're very proud of you.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But see, what happens with our families is when you're in prison, your families worry about you, and especially with the younger prisoners and all, how they doing, how they getting on. But when we've done this course, we like to tell our families that we're doing something positive. It's great, because I was talking to some of the younger prisoners that were doing the course with us, and they were telling their parents, I was telling my own kids and my grandkids, they couldn't believe it. They were saying he's really doing that FAI course and all that. But it just gives a great morale, and then their parents are happy that they're doing it. It's a stress for them, because they're not going, well, how's he getting on in prison? He's doing this, he's doing that. He's doing a course. And as well as that, if it gets one of us a job and stops one of us going back into prison, it's well worth it for everybody, because I've never seen this before in the prison. It's brilliant, and it should be continued.
The qualifications and skills learned will enable all licence holders to coach in the adult amateur game and integrate into Irish football on their release, as Assistant Governor Amanda Sutton has been explaining.
I think it was a great success. So obviously with COVID we've had a lot of restrictions, and we had to kind of stop and start and reschedule some of the courses, which was obviously quite difficult on the participants. But like I said earlier on, it demonstrated their drive and resilience to succeed and complete the course, that every one of them have completed it. So we have 20 students after completing the course. We've ran it here in Wheatfield Prison in conjunction with the school and work training, and obviously St. Patrick's Athletic and the FAI have come in, and look, we have so many people wanting to do it. We have 20 completed it, so we are going to keep going.
Yeah, there's a great atmosphere here today and a great vibe, and from speaking to a couple of the people who were on the course, they're talking about the different types of skills that they learned that will help them in the now and in the future.
It's one of those things that you might think, why football? How does that help prisoners? But it's all the kind of unintentional learned skills. So I mean, there's a responsibility and an onus obviously to maintain a high behaviour standard to be eligible to complete the course, but also there's a responsibility on being there on time, learning how to kind of behave and speak in classrooms respectfully, and obviously being aware of diversity. So all of these core skills, they can be used on and off the pitch, so they can be used on their reintegration back into society. And it's just it's the unintentional learning, I think, is the main kind of key with this.
And as you mentioned, it's gone really well for the first one, so you're hopeful to grow it and expand it and for more in the future.
As long as Jared keeps coming in, we'll keep going with the courses. To be honest, there's a wait list of 40 participants waiting to do it, and I think most of the guys out of the 20 who have completed the course want to go on and do the next levels. That's great.
So plenty more to come from this groundbreaking initiative. Another of the participants and newly qualified coaches, as well as the Ireland Under-21 manager Jim Crawford, have been outlining the uniqueness of the course for the prisoners.
When the lads are out here, it's a different world than being stuck on the land, and it's an hour of freedom or 2 hours of freedom with chair and having a laugh and a joke. It's pretty good, and I would advise anybody to do it, really, to be honest with you. It's a good experience.
Yeah, and skills for later in life. You mentioned about plans for later on, apart from just the coaching in terms of dealing with people and planning stuff and all that type of jazz.
Oh, of course, yeah. It's serious planning. I didn't realise how much actually goes into it. But when you have to do it yourself, there's a fair bit in it, so it's actually good. Going forward, it's an eye-opener, to be honest with you.
It's a fantastic initiative. I think the work that St. Pat's, under the guidance of Ger and Niall, has been fantastic. I've seen the content of the programme, the curriculum. It's brilliant. It's 8 weeks of fantastic ways of running training sessions and help developing young players with basic football skills. So it's fantastic. And more importantly, what the participants get from this would be, how to work with a team, organise sessions and life skills like that.
After the success of the programme, and with 40 more prisoners expressing interest in participating in future, Niall O'Regan and Ger O'Brien are hoping this is just the start. From the FAI's point of view, from the coach education, there's also been a course in Mountjoy as well. Is this something you hope to continue and to make even bigger and better as the years go on?
Definitely, and I think it's so important that We Are One is our sort of hashtag logo, and that's for everybody. Football is for everybody, no matter what your circumstance or situation, and it's really great now to have these opportunities as an educational institution through football to give it to everybody, and I think this will only grow for all of the prison services here in Ireland.
Unfortunately, Jay, I suppose there's a perception out there is that when you've done something wrong, you come to prison, you serve your time, you're in your cell for so many hours a day, that's it, you do your time for what you've done. Yes, fully agree with that. However, while they're in here and while they're in the prison, there's such long hours in the day that they need something. They need to be, I suppose, improving themselves personally. They need to improve themselves, how they interact with other people, how they are on a day-to-day basis, and then their skills, their life skills in general, that when they go out, whether that's education, whether that's sports, whatever they're going to, kind of educate themselves on while they're in here, is that they're ready that when they go outside again, that they have these opportunities to go in to different environments and work. But it's not about even upskilling, Jay, and it's not even about, getting a certificate. It's about helping them understand that, first of all, you have to be a good person, and you have to build trust with an employer, and you have to, have integrity to work there in a job. And we're giving them those skills as much as we are helping them with their coach education stuff as well. So that's the rewarding part. And I think realistically, you can see the interaction is quite good, but I think they have a respect because we've come in and we haven't prejudged anyone. We're just taking them on face value for who they are on the course, and what they give out we're able to give back in abundance. And some people in here, Jay, have probably never been helped, across education, family, wherever it is. And all of a sudden you have some people sitting down with them, going through reading and writing and helping them understand what they need to do to achieve the qualification, and just giving them time and effort and energy. And it's something that myself and Niall and St. Pat's and the FAI and everyone that's been part of this programme is very proud to do.